Ladies and gentlemen, many of you already know that there were Indian tribes that also had slaves. Now, like the Cherokee Nation, they have gotten rid of their black members. And you got to understand, they got white people that is really running the Cherokee Nation. And that's why those things happen. And it's just blatant racism. So let's talk about this. Judge sides with U.S. slave descendants in indigenous citizenship dispute. So this is the Muskogee Creek Nation, and it was a ruling from 1866 treaty offers a pathway for black slave descendants. Many of them don't want their black descendants of slaves to have citizenship within the nation, but it may be different in this particular case. So, in the United States, a judge for the Muskogee Creek Nation has ruled in favor of citizenship for two descendants of black slaves owned by tribal members, potentially paving the way for hundreds of other descendants known as freedmen. Late on Wednesday, District Judge Jeanette Mauser, based on the tribal's headquarters in Oklahoma, sided with two Muskogee Nation freedmen, Rhonda Grayson and Jeff Kennedy, who sued the nation's citizenship board for denying their applications. Yes. And even if you go out to the Cherokee Nation, they have their application out there as well, and they want you to show a picture. And you know how it is. If you look too melanated in the picture, you get declined. Mauser reversed the board's decision and ordered it to reconsider the applications in accordance with the tribe's Treaty of 1866, which provides the descendants of those listed on the Creek Freedmen roll are eligible for tribal citizenship. Freedmen citizenship has been a difficult issue for tribes as the U.S. reckons with its history of racism. The Cherokee Nation has granted full citizenship to its freedmen, while other tribes like Muskogee Nation have argued that sovereignty allows tribes to make their own decisions about who qualifies for citizenship. Yeah, and you use that sovereignty to be a racist. That's what these tribes out here have been doing all along. So, Muskogee Nation Attorney General Jerry Wisner said in a statement that the tribe plans to immediately appeal the ruling to the Muskogee Nation Supreme Court. So, they don't want these black freedmen to have citizenship. With citizenship, they'll be eligible for any reparations that come from the government. They'll get free health care, all the perks that comes along with it. And they don't want them to have it. Tribal officials declined to comment further. Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Muskogee, and Seminole nations were referred to historically to have the five tribes. These were five tribes, European settlers, because they often assimilated into the settler culture, adopted a style of dress and religion, and even owning slaves. Each tribe also has a unique history with freedmen, whose rights were ultimately spelled out in separate treaties with the U.S. Mauser pointed out in her decision that slavery within the tribe did not always look like slavery in the U.S. South, and that slaves were often adopted into the owner's clan, where they participated in cultural ceremonies and spoke the tribal language. Families, later known as Creek freedmen, likewise walked the Trail of Tears alongside the tribal clans and fought to protect the new homeland upon arrival in Indian territory, Mauser wrote. During that time, the freedmen families played a significant role in tribal government, including tribal town leaders in the House of Kings and House of Warriors. Plaintiff lawyer Demario Solomon Simmons said the judge's ruling has special meaning to him because one of his own ancestors, Cal Tom, was among those who signed the Treaty of 1866 and ensured it include a provision guaranteeing citizenship for tribal members of African descent. It's an amazing feeling to know we finally got a judge to look at the law and apply the law as written, he said. It's a victory against anti Black racial discrimination, for the rule of law, and for the sanctity of Indian treaties. So Solomon Simmons had argued that the Muskogee Creek Nation Constitution, which was adopted in 1979, included by blood citizenship requirement, is in clear conflict with its Treaty of 1866, a point raised by Mauser in her order. She noted that the trial has realized on portions of the treaty as evidence of the tribe's intact reservation upheld by the Supreme Court. This is the U.S. Supreme Court in its historic ruling on tribal sovereignty in 2020. McGirt versus Oklahoma. The nation has urged, and McGirt and the U.S. Supreme Court agreed that the treaty is, in fact, intact and binding upon both the nation and the United States, having never been abrogated in full. So, or a part of Congress. Now, it asserts that Article 2 of the treaty does not apply to the nation's would be indigenous. So, I mean, it's good. The judge ruled in the favor of these two so-called African Americans that can trace their lineage back to the tribe as freedmen. So, but you see, they're disputing it. They don't want these two members. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.